All right. Hi.
Hey, everyone. Jonathan, get that thing off your face.
I'll keep it there.
You're going to keep it there?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it there.
Just the cartoon version of you?
Just the cartoon version of me.
Right. Hey, everybody. We just wanted to pop in real quick. Hey, Jason. Hi, Sandy. Today's been a big day in the Disney news world. So I know that there can be a lot of information out there. We wanted to kind of talk about it, get it out in the open, see what all was, to be talked about, because there's a lot of great talking points here, and we want to make sure that everybody's kind of on the same page about how all this adds up. I feel really misplaced now.
What?
You're making me self-conscious.
What?
Because I don't have a cartoon version of me.
Oh.
You know what this reminds me of?
Mm.
So when Jonathan and I were first dating, you could do like certain filters on your computer.
Yeah, because that was not existing.
Yeah, it was like Snapchat before
but
it was
I
Snapchat
was like
thing.
super advanced.
Yeah. So we would be like talking back and forth, and then he'd just be putting on the filters randomly on his face. That was cool. So throwback. Okay, cool. So let's get started. Let's unpack this all, right? I know. Hi, Julie. Hey, Ethan. Hi, Lindsay. Good to see you. I'm glad that you did catch us live. It's been a hot minute. But no, I'm super glad that you all are here. I know that there might have been some things that were just at least a little bit confusing, or that you have questions on. So I'd love to try and answer as many of those questions as possible. Jonathan's kind of here because he's kind of been along for the ride too, through all the ups and downs. But the main thing is, guys, we're getting a dining plan back.
Yeah, that is. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry now too. So the Disney dining plans are coming back. We're going to get around to that. But before we get really started, make sure you've hit the share button. Make sure you're giving us a big old thumbs up from wherever you're watching from. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you tag a friend or two in the comments. Let them know that we're out here. We're trying to talk about all these things, and make sure that everybody's kind of on the same page with what to expect. Stacey said, "Hi, hey, looking good." All right.
It's very responsive. Yeah.
Listen.
It's like some AI stuff.
Hi, Gigi. Oh, yeah. Lots of big news today. Oh, my goodness. Okay, cool. So let's dig in. I'm also going to have a few more things to kind of go over separate from just like the 5 major announcements. But coming in at number 5, there are not going to be any kind of park pass reservations starting in January for some people.
I'd say they're only going to offer it for the top 2. Well,
okay, so let's go on what we know first, okay?
Oh.
You froze it.
I did freeze it. Hold on.
Take your filter off.
Yeah. Is it frozen?
Yeah, it's frozen.
Hold on. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. There we go. Must have just been whatever it was.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, man. Okay, so hopefully that'll clear up here in a second. I'm trying to watch it here on this opposite screen too. So, yeah. So there are going to be some of you out there that are not going to need a park pass reservation as of January 9th, 2024. How do we feel about that?
That's super exciting. I mean, for the longest time, you felt like you couldn't even go.
Yeah, it's been a little restrictive. Not a little restrictive, a lot restrictive. So this is really going to only apply to those people that are purchasing tickets, date-based tickets. So if you're looking at purchasing tickets with your package, because clearly you have certain dates, right, that you are going to be vacationing, this is for you. You will no longer need a park pass reservation starting in January 9th, 2024. Yeah. This will not be effective for certain groups, like if you're coming in for conventions, group tickets, annual pass holders, cast members that are getting in on their main gates. Unfortunately, all of us will still need to make park pass reservations. Yeah. But I think that that's still going to follow under the same rule that we currently have, where annual pass holders can enter the parks through the week without a park pass reservation after 2 p.m. And the only exception to that is on the weekends, where Magic Kingdom still needs a park pass reservation or to park hop on a reservation through the rest of the week. So, or for Saturday and Sunday, sorry. But other than that, it sounds like we're going to be okay. What do you think?
It's going to be great. I'm trying to look at the updated chat. So can you look it up?
That's it.
Okay, that is updated.
Yep, that's it. Sorry, I was trying to download this other thing over here too at the same time, and I'm trying to multitask because I have so many chats going on all at the exact same time, asking all the exact same questions, and I'm really trying to get them to come over here so we can talk about it all. So yeah, first thing you need to know is when you are booking your next Walt Disney World Resort stay for 2024, as of January 9th, if you're booking those date-based tickets, you will not need to make a park pass reservation. So essentially, Disney is counting you into the capacity, so to speak. So yay, that's a good thing.
That is really good.
That's right, Lindsay. She said, so wait, did I just hear you correctly? My trip with my family in October of 2024, where we will be staying at a Disney resort, will not need park pass reservations. Absolutely. You just nailed it. And I'm so glad that you said that because date-based tickets will apply to not only resort guests, but it will also apply to those that are not staying at a Disney resort. So this is not discriminatory to anybody that's actually purchasing separate tickets there. Jason said, I wish it started in August. I know, I was really hoping for that sooner, but it sounds like lots of really good things are coming up in January. Woohoo! Lindsay's got her little party poppers over there.
So that means, people like Lindsay that have bookings in 2024 will be able to take advantage of.
Yes,
possibly.
So starting January 9th. So if you're coming in on January 1st through the 8th, you will still need a park pass reservation.
Okay.
Yeah, even on those date-based tickets. So people like us that are annual pass holders, unfortunately, we still will need to follow the current guidelines as of right now, as of this recording, on the park pass reservations. So that kind of like brings us to point number 2. So point number 2 is good to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what good to go is?
No.
Me neither. We're going to find out. So good to go is what they're going to be lovingly, affectionately calling certain pre-marked days for those that are left out of the date-based tickets, like annual pass holders, cast members using their main gates. So good to go will be similar to what we've seen with the bonus reservations, right? So if you're not familiar, you're not an annual pass holder, Disney has set aside certain dates every once in a while where they have a gold little star instead of the availability calendar with the little green circle. Now you can still make reservations for other parks those days, but there sometimes is at least one park, maybe even multiple, that are available on a bonus reservation where it doesn't count towards your allotment of park pass reservations, because based on your tier of your annual pass, there are certain amounts of days that you can have allotted for park reservations in succession there. So, or for your visits, I'm sorry, you don't have to have them all in succession. So that'll be great, right? Oh, thanks, Garrison. Yeah, I'm glad to see you here. But that'll be good. So they'll have pre-marked days where they've set aside, I say inventory, but capacity, I guess, for all of us visiting. So that'll be pretty good. I don't know that we have a set day on those yet to come. All they've said is 2024. So that'll be nice to kind of be looking for.
In the past, around what time of the year was it?
I don't know. This is all new. So
yeah, but in previous years when it was available.
What do you mean?
When did the dining plans usually release?
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We're still on good to go. Do you have food on the brain?
No.
Me too. Okay, well, since you brought it up, the Disney dining plans are coming back, right? So we're not only getting one option, we're getting 2. So Disney has told us that not only are we getting the Disney dining plan back, we're also getting the Disney quick service dining plan back.
Ooh, I missed that because we used to buy it for the day.
Yeah,
we used to be in the middle of the park and we'd be like, okay, we're hungry. And instead of buying like a full on dining somewhere, we would just get the dining plan for the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we would just call customer service and do it.
Yeah. So here's how that worked. If you were not familiar with what the dining plans looked like, right? So, in the past, before the closures, Disney had multiple tiers of dining plan options. The first one being the Disney Quick Service Dining Plan, which consisted of 2 quick service meals per person per night of your Walt Disney World Resort stay. And yes, I did say that, per night of your Walt Disney World Resort stay. So, if you are checking in on a Friday and you're checking out, no, I'm sorry, if you're checking in on a Sunday, let's just be quick about it. Checking in on Sunday, checking out on a Saturday, you get 6. You don't get 7, right? No, I'm sorry. So you get Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, but not Saturday. So yeah, you get 6.
Because your checkout is Saturday.
Right, you're not completing the night stay. So that means that you are getting 6 per person per night. As we understand it right now, this could change. They could come out whenever they announce all this further and say, hold up, this is nothing like what you knew. So that was the quick service dining plan. So you got a quick service entitlement, which in the past had been 1 non-alcoholic beverage, either a combo meal or an entree of choice. And you could either choose a dessert or a side.
Oh, Nathan, it's Jonathan. I'm just...
Oh, sorry, this is my
virtually,
husband.
yeah.
He's
techie right now.
Yeah, he was playing around with some stuff. Sorry. Hey, Everett, good to see you.
Yeah, I might switch Miranda's face when she's not streaming, so then I can stream
That would
as
be
right
nice.
with Miranda.
Can you see that?
I'll just work on your voice.
There you go. There you go. So the side could be, the other entitlement could either be a side or a dessert. That could even be a snack like a Mickey ice cream bar or a funnel cake or something like that. So you had lots of really cool options for it. The next tier up was the Disney dining plan, like the standard plan. So that would come with 1 quick service, like we just covered, and a table service meal. Table service meaning you made a reservation for that particular dining location, that restaurant. You sat down, you dined, one of those types of things. So what came in that? That was a non-alcoholic beverage. In the past, it was an alcoholic beverage that came included with those 2. So you get a non-alcoholic and an alcoholic. You could, no, I'm sorry. You could get an alcoholic and like a water, or you could get a non-alcoholic. My bad. That's on me. Then you could get an all you care to enjoy. If it was an all you care to enjoy, like Ohana or Hoop-de-Doo musical review.
Oh no, we're not at Chef Mickey's. We're at home.
I wish we could. I wish we could ever be at Chef Mickey's. It's one that's very near and dear to my heart. I love Chef Mickey's. They're so expensive though now. That one might actually, okay. Popped in my head. I'll have to say that here in just a second. But where was I going with that? Oh, you could have either an all you care to enjoy, an entree. So if you were sitting down at like 50's Primetime Cafe, just order whatever they had on their offerings on their meals, or you could have a full-on buffet, like at Chef Mickey's with that. Hi, Megan. Stacey said, all I need is Casey's corn dogs and plastic cheese. Plastic cheese. I love plastic cheese. I had some today, too. I had some chili cheese nachos, and they were amazing. Oh, they were amazing. Don't act like that.
I like them. I just... I think when it's so hot and then have it hot.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did let it kind of cool down. Oh, you're there, but leaving tomorrow. Oh, Everett, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's awesome. You came down for the weekend. Yeah. So Disney dining plan is returning. The only thing that we're not hearing about is the deluxe dining plan. That was the one that I tried really hard to get you to agree to that one time. And that one in the past, now it's not been announced as offered, but that one in the past came with 2 table service meals and a quick service meal per person per night of a Walt Disney World Resort stay. Wow. And the snacks. So that was interesting, right?
Yeah, they want people to start using those magic bands because that's how it was.
Well, and the only reason, so when we talked about it, I was trying really hard to get Jonathan to go and do that because then we could get breakfast, we could do lunch really quickly in the parks, and then we could do something really nice for dinner to sit down. And Jonathan was like, you like doing a lot of things, and this is going to take a lot of time out of our day. Not sure you're going to have enough time to do it. So that argument won out.
I didn't know how to Disney at the time.
Well, I think you were right, though. Like,
Yeah.
there's just not enough time in the day. Now, if we had been doing a lot of signature dining locations, and that was kind of the point I was getting ready to make with Chef Mickey's, signature dining locations, these are the places that tend to be a little bit more pricey, right? And in the past, they required 2 table service dining entitlements. Something like Cinderella's Royal Table, the Hoop-Dee-Doo Musical Review, Narcoossee's, Gico, any of those places, Le Cellier, Monsieur Paul, all those kinds of like nicer upscale dining locations. That's really what that deluxe dining plan was built for. What? Stacey said I did the deluxe one and it was way too much food. Listen, Stacey, I'm pretty sure I could have tackled that for you. I'm just saying. Hi, Amy. How did you get that filter on his face? I don't know. I'm super
We have
jealous.
a couple programs that we can do things. I was just testing it out.
Oh, very cool. So yes, Everett, I'm glad you mentioned that because Chef Mickey's did go through quite a bit of a price hike, not only for breakfast, but also for dinner as well. So I will be interested to see if maybe Chef Mickey's makes that double entitlement, signature dining entitlement. Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. So dining plans, I think that kind of covers it. Oh, one more thing I do want to point out is, yes, Jason, you're making a great point there. We had way too much with the regular dining
They
plan.
need an alcoholic dining plan.
That would be dangerous.
A drink to you plan.
That would be dangerous.
That would be.
And also.
Well, they did have something like it. Remember when they had the little. So
yes, Food and Wine did have some entitlements there, but I mean, controlled amounts, right? So yeah. Yes, a lot of people were saying that the regular dining plans were too much food for them. So what you would get to do is there was a lot of confusion about this. So I want to be very clear. You could take quick service entitlements, which generally hung around a dollar value of about somewhere between $15 and $18, right?
You could trade them for snacks.
You could trade them in for 3 snacks as long as you're buying all 3 snacks at the exact same time.
Unless you get like a Dole Whip or something like that.
No, you could not.
I thought we could.
No.
No?
Well. No, we need accurate information here, honey. But no, you cannot. As long as you were trading it in for 3 snacks at the same time, you could. That being said, if you were buying stuff in, like you had unused entitlements, like what Jason was saying, and you just had way too much food left over, then you could trade those unused credits because you had up until midnight of the day of checkout to use them. A lot of people would go home with like Rice Krispie treats, candied apples, Mickey ice cream bars. They just kind of snack around on, boxes of popcorn, the little packaged nuts and crackers and gummies, and pretzels from like the Goofy gummies and everything. Yeah. Sandy's like, I'm with Jonathan on this one. Oh, Disney travel professional is going to hate me for that. Per one of the waitresses, they might stay open later since summertime. Ooh, that'll be nice if we can see some more extended hours. I'm glad you mentioned that. Hold on to that thought, Everett.
I hope that this dining plan system helps the park lines.
Yeah, because I think it will alleviate that.
People have not gone to dining locations as much, and we've seen a lot of availability because the budget wasn't there.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I'm glad.
There's been people who are saying that one of the hardest places to get, which is be our guest, has been walk up sometime in the day, and that's almost unheard of. Yeah. So, which honestly makes me want to go to Space 220 before things start getting crazy.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because that'll definitely be one that, because of its price range, probably will be a 2 entitlement there. So when you're booking these things here, these dining reservations, you're going to want to make sure of which locations are participating, because we still don't know which restaurants are going to participate in the dining plan entitlements, and B, how much they're going to be. Because you could run out of entitlements very quickly if you're not careful with what you're doing there. Oh no, we used our credits, had to buy luggage to take all the snacks home. Yep. We've been there having to stuff some things too. So yeah, unfortunately people were having to get rid of their entitlements that way. Um, I was going somewhere with that. So yeah, we don't know what the list of the lineup supposedly of the restaurants are. I was actually out in Animal Kingdom earlier and noticed that one of the Yak and Yeti local foods cafe where we get the chicken fried rice, they've changed their menu. So they've taken some things away, but I noticed on their new menu there's no Disney dining plan entitlement like little symbols there. So you'll know that it's eligible and compatible with the Disney dining plan if you see the little white and purple checkerboard looking symbol. It says DDP on it. So that'll let you know that they're eligible.
I'm just curious if right now they're going to redo most of the signs because they're trying to strategize the pricing.
That could be it too. That could be
So
it. We
that
could
could be a
start seeing
thing.
a lot more changes to that. Now I remember what I was getting ready to say. You said something about budget. There's a lot of people that I've talked to personally that said, I would love to come back to Disney, but I know that I cannot do this without some form of a dining plan.
Well, yeah, and even to top it off, I mean, that was even before Genie was introduced.
Right.
And now we have Genie and Lightning Lane. So you really need this program now.
Right. So if there's a chance that you can give it more of an all-inclusive feel, give it, more of a budgeted in cost there, especially for families. Like for us, it was extremely convenient to be able to kind of pick up and go and know that we had at least most of our meals and snacks.
My kids can eat.
This kid can eat. This kid can eat. Also, I'll say one last thing here about the dining plans. You'll want to be aware of where your room stands on the entitlements. Do you remember our very first trip on the dining entitlements?
Something about the rooms.
So yes, your entitlements will follow your room. Let me repeat that. Your dining entitlements will follow your room. So if you send your kids off and you give them privileges to redeem these dining plans and entitlements.
Oh yeah, we ran into that. Yeah.
And they decide they don't like that food, but they want to go off and get another set in like an hour. They just took your entitlement. And you're just going to want to be able to track them through the My Disney Experience app, or you can get them printed out for you at the front desk. They can look it up. So just be aware of that everybody's entitlements are going to load all at the same time. At least it did work this way in the past. I'm speaking from past experience. So this is total speculation in case they do release something else different. But all of your dining entitlements will most likely load on the entirety of the room. So just be careful. You're not locked into needing to use 2 quick service that day. Or if you know you're going to be going to Universal for a day or two, then you can hurry up and use an extra entitlement, on another day or something. But if I went and got an extra quick service and Jonathan didn't know it and he went and got an extra quick service, we could really mess ourselves up with a different day. You can also share them. So there's nothing that says that everybody has to eat at the exact same time on the exact same meal and all of that. So for instance, the Flame Tree Barbecue that we so love with the ribs and chicken combo, we tend to split that one. It usually comes with a side. We'll get an extra side, which we would pay for out of pocket. It's not worth using a whole nother entitlement on. But that's a really great use of just one dining entitlement and just trying to stretch that meal as far as we could. So, if you end up having to use another one, you use another one. But just be aware of that whenever you're going to make your plans, because if you are in like a multi-generational room or you're bringing other family members and you're split up into different rooms, like if my mom was coming in, we had the kids with her, the dining entitlements for the kids would follow her room if they weren't assigned to the room that we were in. So they would need to scan those bands and not take our entitlements.
One thing that I do miss about it as well was that you could actually use it at Disney Springs.
Yeah, some places.
Some places like
now
T-Rex
that was a little hard though. Yeah, T-Rex for sure.
Boathouse.
No? I don't know that the Boathouse will participate again anymore because they're not part of Landry's anymore. They used to be. So you're not wrong there. But that one's a little hard because there's so many third-party locations.
Okay.
So they're kind of few and far between. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, Stephanie said, oh, so they were all loaded for your entire trip at one time, not each day, every day. Correct. So it gave you the flexibility that if you said, I wanted to use the 2 dining entitlements for Cinderella's Royal Table, you could, because that one includes your tax and gratuity with your meal. It also gave you the flexibility to say, hey, I want to take a resort day and I don't mind doing a really good breakfast and I don't mind doing a really good dinner for table service for both. But then it gave you the flexibility to do 2 quick service in one of those days to kind of make up for it and balance it out. So yeah, just be aware of that. I would anticipate that being the thing. Again, I don't know that it's totally going to follow that pattern, but that's what we've experienced with it in the past. Good. Okay. So I think we're moving right along. Sorry, Disney dining plans take so much time.
Are there
for this
snacks that you
conversation.
believe won't be part of the program?
I don't.
Are there things that you can say that they don't include? Let's say you get regular popcorn, but not
Yeah. So
caramel popcorn from the confectionery.
yeah, you will. So the prepackaged popcorn, it probably, but if you're getting like a souvenir popcorn bucket, that usually isn't covered under a Disney dining plan. It's usually just the box of popcorn. That's a good note. I'm glad that you mentioned that.
Because I mean, when you
I didn't
talk
think of that.
snacks, everybody can consider a snack.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so widespread.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've even picked up like a snack credit as the Epic Eats over by Indiana Jones. It's one of our favorite snack hacks is getting one of those big old funnel cakes.
Yeah, there's big old
Hoping that
scoops
Disney
of ice
doesn't take that
creams and
off.
stuff.
So we could get one funnel cake with one snack credit and then everybody sharing off of it and we just split a snack. That was an almost $9 funnel cake. And we were able to split it and kind of stretch that. So yeah, if you want to follow my stretching of the Disney dining plan,
we're gonna make one day.
along.
Honestly, one day what we need to do is just book it for the day and just kind of wing it and just kind of like strategize to max it out.
Oh, I'm so there.
So
I'm so there. So and I'll say this one last thing. I promise it will be the last thing. We'll keep moving on because there's still more ground to cover. The last time that we booked just as a one night stay, I think it came out to be $194 and some change for just one night of the dining plan. When we dined, we had Ohana that night. We both had an alcoholic beverage and some water. Our kids had their drinks. We had the whole meal, the all you can enjoy, which did include the dessert, but that was part of the meal. What we would have paid out of pocket on just that one meal at Ohana.
Even with the gratuities, right? No,
it didn't take care of the gratuities.
That
That was more expensive if we had opted to pay just for Ohana than for the dining plan for the day.
Are gratuities included in your dining plan for the week if you are staying like a 5 day stay?
No, not unless you are dining at those signature dining locations like Cinderella's Royal Table and stuff. So I think the Royal Table is the only one that actually includes your gratuity with it. Maybe Hoopty-Doo, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure Hoopty-Doo does.
Okay.
But also, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm sorry. I promise this will be the last thing. Your gratuities will be separate if you're using the dining plan or was in the back.
I do remember that.
And then,
one time.
Ooh, no. Let's not get into that.
It's a lot.
We took a family of 15 and we might have gotten stuck with the gratuity charges.
And it
for
was
the whole
a lot.
week.
It was a lot.
So your gratuities will be charged based on obviously your party size. So 6 or more is an 18% automatic gratuity, but those will be separate from your dining plan entitlements. So you will need to anticipate budgeting in for those too. For sure. For future streams, can you tell us what restaurants to go to or don't go to?
I think it would be great to show you each restaurant and then you could make that decision.
Because and we can give you our top 5 or something.
Yeah, because they're really good veggie options that we found out at the newest Roundup barbecue.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we are not vegan per se, but we have a friend who is, and they mentioned how good it was.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
And how literally close to the actual thing.
Very close. I would have eaten it. I mean, I wouldn't have known any different.
Yeah.
So So I think that's it. Hey, Nicole. But yeah, we'll certainly break down some food options and stuff for you too. Okay. Moving right along. Disney has promised to keep the extended park hours for in the morning for Walt Disney World Resort guests. So if you have been staying at a Walt Disney World Resort lately, you know that you get a 30-minute window prior to park opening for resort guests only. There's also another caveat to that evening times, certain days for deluxe resort guests and deluxe villa resort guests, they're able to experience some extended nighttime hours.
So how are they able to track that?
Your Magic Band.
Okay, so when you get to the queue, they'll say
everybody has to scan in.
Oh, you have to scan in.
Mm-hmm. Everybody has to scan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like an after hours.
And then in the morning when you get in, they scan your Magic Band to make sure that it does pop up that you are a resort guest too. So as you're going in. So just know that those are going to continue. Disney said they're going to continue that through 2024. Same with the nighttime extended evening hours on the select days. I think it's Mondays and Wednesdays right now for everybody.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so that one was
sorry.
super short and sweet.
Give me a second.
I think you might have collapsed the
no,
video.
We're still good. We're still live.
No, I meant the
no, we're good.
Oh,
no, we're good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, there we go.
Woo!
Hold on.
You're gonna lose your cartoon version of yourself.
It's okay. Here I'm making messes. Oh, there we go.
Ah!
Is it not autofocusing?
Nope.
Oh no.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, now I'm all normal again.
Now you're normal. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you're not in your cartoon world again. No. Don't mess with it.
I'm not messing with it.
Don't mess with it. Okay, so that was short and sweet, but it kind of spoke for itself. Yeah. So, okay. So speaking of Genie Plus, you brought it up earlier. Disney's promised that they are working on changes for simplifying Genie Plus and your experience there. So Genie Plus, unfortunately, we can no longer book it with your tickets in advance here for Disney World. Not the same for Disneyland, but for Disney World.
I look the same. No, I don't.
You look the same. I thought so too. So Genie Plus, I think that they've heard the feedback and that people are like worried about being in their phones the entire time, right? They're not enjoying their vacation.
To me, I feel like if you're staring at your phone the whole day, like it hurts your eyes. Like it really does.
Well, and it takes away from your time to experience everything.
I hope the kiosks come back.
Ooh, that would be nice. I wouldn't
because
mind
we used to book our dining that way too. Because we used to tap, like on. Sometimes we would go to it.
Maybe I'm misremembering that then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Be our guest lunch.
Yeah, we would.
You could pre-order the lunch when it was quick service. Yes. So yeah, that would be nice. But I think they're looking to make changes to where it might mimic, and this is total speculation, so please take this with a grain of salt. It might mimic something we saw before with Fast Pass, where you could at least make some kind of selections a day or so in advance, or some kind of advance notice there. So I'm hoping that that's what they do. They find a happy medium with all that.
I'm just hoping that with the crowds divvying up to these dining locations, that the experience for the rides improves.
And I think that's really what they're getting at, is some disbursement for the crowds, because they're seeing the lines. They're seeing that people are wanting to eat and dine in these places. And I'm hoping that is.
I think maybe Disney has listened to the feedback. It's always important whenever you log into or you get an email saying, please give us your feedback. That goes a long way. They will listen. They will pay attention to this.
Yeah, they're starting to pay attention
especially if you're detailed with it. They like go above and beyond to like ensure that.
And that's not to say that we're advocating like mob mentality. It's just if you have suggestions and you say, hey, I noticed that this doesn't work very well and it's not terribly efficient, and I think my day could go smoother if this, then I think that's what they're getting the feedback on. But yeah, it's very important whenever you get those surveys after your resort stays or your park days, that you fill those out to the best of your ability. You're honest with your feedback. That's the only way we can enact change if you're not happy with the way things are going. And they only know what they know by what we tell them. So if we are sitting there saying everything's perfect and everything's fine and
then
awesome,
nothing will ever change.
Nothing changes. And then we're stuck with the way that we are. So it is what it is. So hi, Cathy. Okay, cool. So that one was also very short and sweet. Couple of other like minor changes. Disney is known for their resort categories. I know you heard me talk a lot about the different resorts and the different rooms and the different categories that you can stay in, but Disney's also going to be updating their room categories. So again, 2024 is when a lot of these things are rolling out. The room categories in most cases are going to kind of simplify themselves down to resort view, water view, and theme park view, depending on where your
so there
resort
won't be
is.
a garden view or
right. So it said most cases. So it can get pretty complicated because let's take, for instance, like All-Star Movies.
or Grand. Well, All-Star Movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
there's a skyline or something there too, right?
So yeah. So let's just take like All-Star Movies or Pop Century. So you've got a standard room and you've got a preferred room. But in between that, you've got standard view. You've got preferred pool view. You've got standard pool view. You've got standard garden view.
You have accessible.
Well, I mean, accessible will always stay.
Yeah, like, but accessible is usually closer to the front, but that doesn't mean you're going to get the best view ever. It just means you're closer to the elevators, right?
No, not always.
Not always. Okay.
Usually it means, well, maybe closer to the elevators, but usually they try to keep you on ground floor.
Okay.
Yeah. But that'll be nice to kind of have things and not have to say, I want preferred view pool or preferred room pool view, but it's had water view, it's had garden view. We've seen
lake,
wilderness view, like at the Wilderness Lodge, like it's just nature view, I think is what they call it. Theme park view, lake view. And what that means is it doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting this gorgeous picture of this lake. It
just means it's
facing water. Yeah, if you can see water at some point when you look out that window, that's what that means. Standard view, just know you're probably going to get views from your window of either the parking lot or some kind of greenery. So that way you can help have a little bit more informed decision.
They need to have like a laundromat view. There's some areas where you're facing like the
laundromat view.
I mean, we've stayed at the Contemporary and literally faced at the garbage cans and been like, oh yeah,
there we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, there's a bad view with everywhere that you've stayed, right? Like,
yeah.
And we've had some really great views too. So, I mean, there's always going to be certain places where they have to, right? Mm-hmm. Also, too, I'm going to say this with kind of like a small grain of salt, because I know that I'm going to potentially rub some people the wrong way. But just know that this is what it is. So Disney's Fort Wilderness is also going to have some updates. So if you were arriving after January 1st, 2024, just know that you might experience some changes when you are booking that with your travel agents. Because if you're not aware, when you're a travel agent, Disney pays that agent a commission to help book these things with you and partner with you on these vacations and walk you through the process. That being said, the campsites at Disney's Fort Wilderness will no longer be commissionable for agents as of January 1st of 2024. I think they've had a lot of changes and a lot of
behind the scenes things. This is behind the DVC overhaul?
It could be. It could be due to the DVC
because
overhaul.
Technically you can't commission.
Well, this is the campsites.
Oh, like, the campsites?
The campsites, like the pitch a tent campsites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I know that the fort holds a really special place in a lot of people's hearts too. So it just is what it is. And that's not to say that you're going to see any difference in your servicing. It just may mean that you start seeing some agents charging planning fees for those particular reservations. So just be aware of it. It's something that's Disney imposed, and they're making these decisions for whatever reason. And I'm sure they've got a good one behind
Okay.
it. So it is what it is. But yeah, so dining plans are coming. It's a pretty
That's
big
super
day.
exciting.
Yeah, it's a pretty big day. Dining plans are coming. Certain guests are not going to have to make park pass reservations after January. So you're probably wondering when all this is going to go down, right?
I'm just waiting for the free gift cards for not doing housekeeping back home.
I don't know if that's
I
going to
missed
be a
those
thing.
$50.
Yeah, I don't know that's going to be a thing anymore. So as of May 31st, if you are already on the books with Disney, you can start adding the Disney dining plan options to your resort stays for use after January 9th, 2024. If you are booking new resort stays after May 31st, you can also start booking those brand new. So that tells me that we're going to start seeing 2024 inventory for
Does
rooms.
this mean that you
the end of
have
May.
to start strategizing as a consumer when your dining plan day is? Like the way it used to be, where it was it 60 days or 90 days?
So it used to be 180 days.
Okay,
Now
wow.
it's 60.
Well, 60. So now
Mhm.
you got to remember as a consumer and, like,
Or
hey,
work with an agent.
or work with an agent. But as a consumer, by default,
For sure.
remember that at 60 days, you have to book those things. Otherwise, they're
Yeah, but I'm interested to see how it's going to change the availability too for a lot of these places, because there were a lot of these places like Topolino's or Who to Do Musical Review or Space 220 that were very in demand locations. Ohana, Chef Mickey's, even for example, Be Our Guest, as you mentioned earlier. So I'm interested to see how this is going to play out and change that availability maybe even further, because we've seen a lot of complaints of people that aren't able to get in for those reservations. So May 31st, we should start seeing some 2024 reservation availability. If you are signed up to partner with me on your 2024 Walt Disney World vacations, just know that I will be in touch. I do have a wait list running for 2024 reservations. So if you want to get on that list, please let me know. I'm happy to get you directed in the right place so that way I can get you added to the list there. It's never too early to start thinking about your Disney vacation. In fact, the earlier the better. So with Disney, you can start booking a package, which means room and tickets together for $200 down. That secures your pricing. That also locks it in. So if there's a chance that a promotion comes available that you're eligible for and it aligns with what you currently have booked, then we can work at switching that over. Yep. And hopefully save you some money. I can't always guarantee that. I can't always guarantee that there's going to be a promotion out. But what I can guarantee is once you book the package and you lock the pricing in, it's never going to go up from there. So there's a potential to go down, but never up.
Okay.
Oh no, I think we're froze.
No, it's not that. Hold on. Might be hold on. Yeah,
There we go.
is. Yeah, it's just
So if you didn't hear me, there's
glitch.
always a potential to go down in price. There's just never, it would never go up once you have booked it. So, oh, wow, this went over a lot longer than what I originally intended. So my apologies there. I get on a soapbox about these dining reservations and dining plans. So I'm excited about it. The 31st is going to be a super busy day for me. Again, reach out to me. You can reach out to our travel company there as well. It's adventureawaitstravelco.com. We'd really appreciate your support. If you're looking to partner specifically with me, I'm happy to have that conversation with you. Just reach me here at the Linktree links down in the description. Find me on the website there, and we'll get you added to the wait list there, even if it's not 2024. So yeah, I'm excited to see how these changes roll out. I'm anxious to see if maybe we see the dining plan pricing before the 31st, which kind of makes me think that we will. Oh, great. Sandy's dropped it in the chat there for you. I'm guessing we'll get the restaurant list of participating restaurants and snacks and the pricing before the 31st. So if you're already on my wait list, I will share that with you as soon as we find out. But yeah.
That's super exciting.
I am excited. I'm excited to kind of line it up, and just know that we will book a resort stay specifically to add on the dining plan and tell you all a little bit more about it once January rolls around too. So it'll be nice. Oh, we missed a good concert at Epcot. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't know that we've been able to go and see the Epcot Garden Rocks yet
No.
this year. So.
No, we had.
No, lies. We went to Daughtry. So it's been a little while. Or maybe that was Festival of the Arts.
It was Festival of the Arts.
Okay. Well, we need to get out there and see another concert. So maybe Thursday. Yeah. So thanks everybody for hanging with us.
Are they only on Thursdays?
No, we stream on Thursdays.
Oh, we stream on Thursdays.
But yeah, maybe we'll be out Thursday. But thank you all so much. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for letting us bother you for a little while. And we'll catch you guys on the next ride.